New at 5:30, tracking beach erosion on the coast of Rhode Island.
Scientists were busy at the beaches following Hermine, measuring just how much erosion took place during the storm. Eyewitness News reporter Pete Mangione has more from the South County Mobile Newsroom.
It's called beach profiling, and Mesquamaket is one of several places in which it's being done. With carefully measured steps, Brian Oakley almost looks like a football referee measuring a first down. But he's actually a geologist from Eastern Connecticut State University, and this post is certainly not a first down marker.
We're measuring with what we call an RTK GPS, and we measure a series of profiles down here once a month, year-round.
He's measuring the amount of sand here on Mesquamaket Beach specifically to track how much is left from the big sand replenishment project here in 2014.
Well, if we're going to spend the kind of money they spent on replenishment, that project was north of $3 million. It's important to keep track of how much sand's here and if it's actually worth doing.
Since the replenishment, the sand is down about 35%. That is pretty much what Oakley would expect.
Replenishment of any kind is kind of a short-term solution. You're adding sand to the beach. It's going to go away every time you have a storm.
The post-Hermine data will take a couple of weeks to process, but no big loss of sand is expected.
It's all bark and no bite in this case. The storm never made landfall, not a lot of storm surge, and while the waves are impressive, not a lot of erosion at the shoreline.
Oakley and his colleagues have been doing this kind of work since the 60s and 70s at other local beaches as well.
Yeah, Charlestown goes back to 1977, almost weekly. It's one of the longest records actually on the East Coast with that kind of detail.
And another thing that helped spare Mesquamaket from any major beach erosion was likely the offshore wind instead of the onshore wind, which happened a lot during Sandy. I'm meteorologist Pete Mangione, Eyewitness News.